All right, Herc, we have asked this question of Tata Martino many times throughout the qualification process, but is it yet another moment to tell Mexico's manager to get lost?
I could see why you would want him to get lost, but no, I'm not going to tell him to get lost.
You're defending Tata Martino?
I'm not defending Tata Martino, but that's exactly what I would say if I was managing Mexico right now in this exact moment.
He doesn't really have another choice of what to say? Because I don't believe what he's
What
saying.
you don't want to do is freak the players out. You don't want to get them all wound up in their own heads. Now, why do I say that it's not a get-lost moment? Because they didn't play bad. They lost. They lost. It's a loss.
Let me ask you this. Did they play well at any time during qualifying?
Sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Overall in qualifying, would you say that what they did was good? Like in how they played?
I mean, they were the best road team. They were the best road team in CONCACAF. They were the best road team in CONCACAF.
What they did against
What they
Sweden
didn't
was
do well
the
was
exact same
play
thing
at
they
home.
did all of qualifying.
Well, let me sell you on this. This is why I think it wasn't as bad. Sweden's a much better team than Poland. Would you agree?
Did they qualify for the World Cup? Poland?
Sweden's a much better team than Poland. Would you agree? Just team.
I don't know that I'd say much better.
Okay.
Marginally better, but much better, no.
Fair enough. Marginally better. If you tell Tata Martino's Mexican national team, sign off that you will have 70+% possession, 7 shots on target, 2 of them will hit the post in this game, will you take that? Yes, absolutely. Sign. Where do I sign? They will take that.
You're saying that as though it's something that is not likely to happen. That's how Mexico plays every single game.
But they didn't.
To the point
they didn't because in World Cup qualifying, they didn't create the opportunities.
That's what Poland wants you to do.
They didn't create opportunities in World Cup qualifying.
Yes, they did.
No,
they
created
didn't. Opportunities.
No, they did.
They created opportunities.
They did not create opportunities like that.
And they were just as vulnerable in World Cup qualifying as they were last night.
That's another issue.
Set pieces, a disaster.
Disaster. But how they played against Sweden?
So they haven't fixed
how
that
they played against Sweden? Who was the better team?
Against Sweden?
Yeah, who was the better team?
I mean, did you see the first half?
Who was better than Sweden? Who was the better team?
I mean, if we go by the better
team,
who was the better
team,
that has the ball more.
Pick a team.
No, Mexico was not the better team. They were the most dangerous team.
So Sweden was the best team.
Yeah, Sweden was the better team. They were far more clinical. Absolutely. Absolutely. You say 70% possession like this is the 1980s, and that matters, dude. Teams hand out possession like it's candy on Halloween.
They had 7 shots on goal, 2 hit the post.
How many shots on goal did Sweden have?
2.
And how many went in?
2.
Okay.
But if you can limit to your opponent,
the first half should have been a goal.
If you could only limit to your opponent to 2 shots. Now, what I'm trying to tell you, this is why it's not a get lost. Because if you're Tata Martino, this is what you want. You don't want the team going crazy thinking, here you go again. You keep losing. Look at all the outside pressure. Look at all these people think you're losers. You don't want that if you're the coach. You want to keep them even-keeled. What you did in that game, you did good things. You ended up losing, circumstantial, but we can clean those things up. Now, whether they do it or not, it's a different question. But you can't, if you're Tata Martino, jump on them as well.
Okay, but isn't he a little bit talking out of both sides of his mouth? If he's saying this now, but then a week ago we were so focused on all the negativity around this team, and it wasn't just Tata talking about it, right? We heard it from Hector Herrera. I think we heard it from Luis Chavez as well. It's clearly,
they're taking an us versus the world mentality, which is the only mentality they can take at this moment.
No, they're saying that that's what they're taking.
No, that's what they're taking.
Really?
Because
this to me is the emperor's new clothes. This is a guy telling us that what we're seeing. For you younger people, it's the meme where the guy is sitting in a place where everything on fire and is saying it's fine, right? Everybody can see there's a problem, and Tata Martino is trying to cover it up.
If you're in a fire,
like he tried to cover up Raúl Jiménez.
Let me ask you something really quick. Okay? If you're in that fire, in that meme, and there's kids around you, are you going to freak out?
I'm going to yell fire so everybody gets out of the theater.
Are you going to freak out? No, because then you freak out the kids.
I guess.
This is what's going on right now.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying, I get it.
Yeah.
But as far as get lost, I can't tell him to get lost, but this is exactly the playbook for the coach.
I think everything that he says is a reaction to the negativity and not even the negativity, Herc. The reality that's happening around him. He's just lying to us. Same with Raúl Jiménez. This is the guy who comes out and says, "Well, I don't measure my strikers by how much they score." If your strikers were scoring, you'd measure that.
Honestly,
you'd measure that.
Hold on. I don't think he's just
talking
about.
And that's especially after last night.
I don't think he's just talking about Raúl Jiménez there. I think he's talking about all nines because they're not scoring.
But after he waits 3 months for Raúl Jiménez to show up.
That's a different discussion,
And he plays 45
minutes.
minutes.
That is a different discussion, and I'm with you there.
Okay.
But you can't freak out the kids, and that's what he's doing. He's trying to keep them even-keeled before the World Cup. You can't lose them mentally before you even get into the...
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.